Can boiling kill microbes? Or maybe deep freezing can do it? Or is filtering dirty water enough? Look at how dirty water from an ordinary lake can be. Right now, there are thousands of bacteria and microorganisms in it. You can even see some worm-like creatures on the wall of the jar. And if you look under a microscope, you will see much more than you can see with the naked eye. So what would you do if a lake was your only source of water? Let's figure this out together. Before we begin, there's a reason I'm showing you the microorganisms I found in just a couple of drops of dirty lake water. Look how diverse microscopic life can be, the kind of life the human eye cannot see without tools like a microscope. And once you know what living organisms can exist in dirty water, one question appears. How do you clean water like this so it becomes at least somewhat usable for drinking in extreme survival conditions? The first thing that may come to mind is boiling this contaminated water. You already saw that it contains microorganisms, so let's actually boil it and check it under the microscope to see if anything survives. As soon as the water reaches a boil, we'll set it aside and let it cool down. By the way, what about winter? I specifically froze this same water with microorganisms inside, and today we'll also test frozen lake water that had microbes floating in it. But first, let's deal with boiling. We take some boiled water with a pipette and place just one drop on a microscope slide. Then we put the slide under the microscope. So far, all we see is a lot of microscopic grains of sand that look like transparent stones, with plenty of microscopic debris around them. I don't see any signs of life in the boiled lake water. And that means it's time to test the frozen water too. I left it out for a couple of hours so it could thaw naturally at room temperature. We take the thawed water with a pipette, place a drop on the slide, and put it under the microscope. But since I know you came here to see the water filtration test, I can't stretch this out any longer. I'll show the thawed water at the end of this video. First, let's check the pH of the dirty water. It came out to 7.13. Then we'll use another device to measure the amount of dissolved solids and impurities in the water. The TDS meter showed 400 parts per million. Now we thoroughly stir the contaminated water in the jar, lifting sediment from the bottom, and pour it into the water filter next to it. Filtration is not a fast process, but even now you can see crystal clear water flowing down into the bottom of the filter in a smooth stream. Without a tool like a microscope, you might think the water is perfectly clean, but is it really? We carefully remove the filtering container with the cartridge and pour the filtered lake water into a clean, empty jar. Just look at how dirty the jar is from the unfiltered water. And the filtered water actually looks almost drinkable. The pH level dropped from 7.13 to 6.50, but the level of impurities barely changed. From 400 parts per million, it only went down to 333 parts per million. We draw this water into the pipette, place one drop on the microscope slide, and put it under the microscope. Now it's time to observe what actually changed. So far, I can see that the water has become much cleaner, although there are still particles of debris inside it. In other words, this tells us the filter lets microscopic debris through. Wait a second, what do we have here? This looks like a microscopic shell or casing from some microorganism. But even if that is true, this water visually looks cleaner than the water after boiling. You'll find out the results from the frozen water at the end of this video. As I continue studying this drop of water, I made the microscope light darker and increased the magnification to check for very tiny microbes. And what do you think? It turns out they are still here, even in this filtered water. And at this moment, you can even see a microscopic algae particle. I'm not completely sure, but I think this may be a fragment of filamentous algae. If we magnify this fragment even more, you can even see the cells inside the algae, while a tiny microorganism rushes past it at insane speed. And they are everywhere here. So, in my personal opinion, the water filtration only partly passed the test. I would not drink this water, and I would not recommend that you drink it either. Unless we were talking about extreme survival conditions, then water like this should definitely be boiled. And now, finally, we move on to the thawed water. This lake water was a solid block of ice a couple of hours ago, frozen at minus 24 degrees Celsius, about minus 11 degrees Fahrenheit.
So far, I don't see any kind of life in this drop of water. Just like boiled water, thawed water contains a lot of debris, and logically, that debris will not disappear on its own.
To clean water from living microorganisms, there are two of the most reliable methods: freezing and boiling. And the best option is to combine this with a filter. First, we filter out debris, impurities, metals, and other junk that may be in the water, and only then do we boil that water. But I'll repeat this again. This video is not a call to action or any kind of instruction. These are only my thoughts on what I would do in extreme conditions if I had a filter available, even a homemade one. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and that's all for now. Bye everyone.